Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Caroline McGrath and this is a channel on self-development for healing, light and love. So I have so much topics I want to talk about. I think the best thing to start off with is basics. I want you to understand who I am. I want you to understand my story. I'm not going to go too deep into the negatives because I don't like to focus too much on the past, but just so you can get a wee bit of a connection with me. I didn't start off very easy in life. My parents both have really bad mental health issues, addictions, and they love me. Of course they do, but they just had their own problems at that time going on. So I ended up majority of my life staying with my grandmother, who also has really bad mental health issues. So I'm saying that with a smile, but I'm just a smiley person at times. Sometimes I'm crazy, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm sad, just like everybody else. So back to the story. So my nanny has had 3 nervous breakdowns now. So every woman in my family has mental health issues, every single one. Every single one. It's almost like it's genetic. I don't want to believe that, but I've read a lot of information that says it is. But I'm trying to break the system. So going back to my past, I started off then with them, lived with my nanny, and then I ended up being placed into foster care. It's kind of like a blur. I don't even really sometimes believe half of the things that happen are real. I completely blanked. I was just I was surviving. I wasn't living at all. I was just surviving. Anybody who's watching this and is a part of the care system or that surrounding area, I just want to say to you that everything is temporary. You never know what's going to happen, what's going to turn around that corner. Dear Lord, if I had a thought that I would be where I am now, having and being this person, this happy, this content with what I have in life, everything that I've achieved, the people, my family, I would never in your wildest dream. I didn't even want that. I was so lost back then that I didn't even have goals. I had nothing. So I understand if you are that person. And I just want to say everything is temporary. Take things day by day. Try your very best to look after yourself. You have so much people around you who love you. There are people there who will help you if you want to speak to them. One being me. You can follow me on Instagram, Wellness with Caroline. So at that time was rough. There's no words to describe it. But in that time, I was at my lowest. When I turned 18 and I left my foster parents, who gladly I had in life because they really structured me. They really had me set up and helped me become who I am today. They sent me to university. They were normal. They were good parents. Unfortunately, my foster mum died of breast cancer. She was the youngest person in Northern Ireland. So yeah, life was hectic. By the time I turned 18, I had freedom. I went absolutely crazy. And I was so lost. I was so lost. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I didn't even think of consequences. I was just lost. When I look back, it was almost as if I was sleeping. Then I had my daughter, my beautiful daughter, Mila. Mila came first. And she just turned everything upside down. She threw up all these emotions inside me that I hadn't healed before because of what I had went through. I couldn't understand how someone could leave their child or how anybody could do that. And obviously I understand a lot now because I'm a lot more self-aware and I fully understand why I'm here and why all that happened. And I'm so grateful that it did, because that's just life, and you'll understand that everything does happen for a reason. The toughness, it happens for a reason. And you will understand it. Hopefully after you watch these videos, I will help you understand that a lot more, diving into the mind and all what else is out there, because we're not just human beings, we're spiritual souls and we're living in a temporary human experience. So yeah, when after I had Mila, I went through another hard time, like just emotionally it was very hard. And then Daisy came along 5 years later. I knew everything I was meant to do. I wasn't the first time mum. I hadn't got those fears. I had help, I had support, I had love. And after Daisy, they say sometimes when you have so much trauma happen to you, your mind can almost flick to the other side and boom, just turn into a completely new mind. Your mind is insane. I have so much to talk about on the mind. But after Daisy, I had my spiritual awakening. Some of you don't know what that is. Most of you probably do. I never shut up about it on other places, but spiritual awakening, how can I describe it to you? Just one day I woke up and it was almost as if I was reborn. Everything was beautiful. I'd never noticed the trees. I'd never noticed the littlest things, the bright colours, everything. I was so sensitive. I was so aware. I was so focused, and my mind was so calm. I was so at peace. But yet it was racing because I wanted to know more. I couldn't get enough knowledge. I just wanted to know everything I could possibly know about what was happening to me. I was reaching out to people I didn't understand. I was seeing synchronicities of angel numbers. All of this craziness that I've never heard of this. I wasn't taught any of this. I didn't grow up in nobody who I knew was like me. So it was a wee bit mad because I then started to retract from that because things were happening and I was like, whoa, am I losing my mind like all the rest of my family? Or, what is this? I just didn't know information. But let me tell you, an awakening is the most blissful, purposeful, amazing situation to be in, if that makes sense. When you awaken, you realize how much you are connected to everybody. We are all one. That sounds insane, but we are all connected. We are all divine, created from a divine source, whether you believe that to be God, a higher power, a source, whatever you believe in. Anything that has been created has to have a creator. Didn't say that right. A creator. Anything that has been created has to have a creator. It's like all of the laws that I want to speak about. There's no up without down. There's no in without out. There's no light without dark. That's the law of polarity. So we have so much laws that I want to talk about in another video. But the awakening side has transformed. I'm very, very mindful as to, I cannot physically eat an animal. I am so hurt and my heart is sore when I think about what is happening to these animals on the planet, and how I ate them before. I just don't know. I'm just more aware of those souls and what they're going through. It's sad. So much happens when you awake. To me, it was the beginning of my life. So I am here. I have a purpose. I know that I have a purpose. I have a purpose for communication. I know I'm here to explain this to others. I know I'm here to help others. I know I'm here as a vessel. I am now a Reiki energy healer. I have universal light, lovely healing hands that comes through my body. Before that sounds insane. Reiki is, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to cure illnesses, but Reiki for me is a channel from the universal light to place on others, and I will be guided to where that person needs support and help. And all I do is do my Reiki. It's a wee secret situation there, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. Again, I will do another video on that. So we're all aligned. We all have chakras throughout our body. There's energy running throughout our body. Oh, I just don't know where to begin. I'm all flying off the handle. So if you're taking anything away from this video, I know most of it was about me. I just wanted you to connect with who I am and what I want to talk about and my challenges and what I've overcome. And I haven't even went into all the darkness, but I will. And through time, that will come out, and I will show you how I've healed that part and how I've overcame that part and what tools I've used and what I do daily. Now, like I said, this takes time. My biggest thing that I can say to you is slow down. Now, in this present moment of COVID-19, coronavirus, lockdown 2020, whatever you want to call it, it is what I believe a mass awakening. It is a time for personal growth. It is a time for the planet to heal. It is a time for us to go back to who we really are, heal ourselves from inside, help humanity, do more, serve others, and just be kind. Like, just understand that everything happens for a reason. I'm understandable that people are out of jobs and work, and it's a very, very anxiety-led time. I will also speak about anxiety and how to overcome that. But for me, it's a mass awakening. There's levels. There's people from 4th dimension rising up into 5th dimension. There's people from 3rd dimension rising up into 4th dimension. Sounds insane to some, but this is what I believe. So in the 3rd dimension, people are just walking about full of ego, fear, and really disconnected to themselves. When you hit 4th dimension, which I think that I would be a part of, or I know that I'm a part of, because I know I'm very in tune with myself now. My senses and my whole awareness is bang on, and that is through a lot of meditation. Again, I will talk about that. But 4th dimension is when we are all working on love, compassion, and unity. We are all connected. This takes time also. You need to recondition your mind. The first thing that I can say to anybody who is watching is be present. That takes time. Your mind's always 50 miles away. Be present in this moment. Use all of your senses. You have your touch, your smell, your sight. Some people have 6th sense. Again, I'll talk about that as well. But you have all your senses. When you find your mind is jumping, just be present. Use your senses. Where am I right now? Can you smell me? Can you touch me? Can you feel me? Who am I talking to? This is my surroundings. Like, just bring yourself back. Listen to the screaming voice of your children and try not to lose your shit. But be present. Try and be present. This takes time, a lot of time. I use my senses for that one. When my head is racing, I'll just like touch my fingers or smell what I'm smelling. Just use your senses, be aware, be present. A brilliant book to read is called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. He really helps. It is very informative. He is all about living in the moment. When you start to slow down, that is number 1. So number 1, slow down, be present, focus on the moment. Number 2 is gratitude. Gratitude, I want to do a whole other video on gratitude. Gratitude is what's going to raise your vibration, what's going to make you burn throughout the day, what's going to make you happy, what's going to keep you happy, what's going to keep you present, what's going to keep you focused. Gratitude. Wake up every single morning. First 3 things you should think about in the morning is, what are you grateful for? First 3 things before I jump out of my bed, as soon as I open my eyes. No matter if I've had no sleep or bad sleep or whatever, my first 3 thoughts are gratitude. So generally I say thank you for my home, my family, and my health. Then I move on. I would say thank you as I brush my teeth, thank you as I walk down the stairs, thank you as I pick up my children, thank you for my food. Just bring yourself back to earth, be present, say thank you as many times a day as you can. This will start to slow your mind down and make you a little bit more aware of your situation and how bad things really aren't at times. You know, you're so focused on petty worries. But yeah, I think I've talked enough. I think I've explained who I am. I've talked about the spiritual awakening. I've talked about a little task that I want to leave you with. So gratitude, being present in the moment, using your senses, slowing down. And then we'll talk about much more to come. Thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful. I'm just so happy. And if you like this, like, subscribe and comment below. And thank you.